This is a walkthrough video for the debugging exercise, debugging double. So there are some debugging tips up the top which are super helpful to read, and then the task is that we need to read a number from the user, double it, and print it out. Currently it's got some issues, and we have some examples down here of what it's supposed to do, and we can also run style. So if we download the starter code using this command and open it up, we can have a look. So we could probably work some things out at a glance, but the first thing that I want to do is to compile and see just what the compiler tells me might be wrong. So we'll do a DCC debug double. Okay, so the first thing we have is a warning. It's telling me it's on line 11, implicit declaration of function print, and some more information there. We're calling a function print, doesn't recognize it. Maybe you meant printf. Yeah, that's probably what I meant. Awesome, I'll put the F in there. That looks right to me, and we can recompile. Running it again, another warning. We've got an issue with scan. And we can read through this explanation, calling a function, but DCC does not recognize scan as a function. So we might have misspelled the function name. Have we misspelled the function name? Yeah, scan is supposed to be scanf. So we can chuck that in, and we can save that and compile again. Now we have another issue on line 12, so same one as before. Format specifies type in pointer, but the argument has type integer. So we're missing something from this statement, and the DCC explanation tells us that perhaps we've forgotten an ampersand before x. And they're right. Right, when we do a scanf, we need ampersands before the variables we assign it to. Perfect. What's next? So on line 16, which is this line here, we have an error telling us the expression is not assignable. We're using the equal sign incorrectly, and perhaps we meant a doubles equals, which isn't necessarily what our error is here, but having a look at it, we have two things on one side of the equal sign and one thing on the other, so this is a little bit backwards. Usually you have one thing on the left side and multiple things on the right side, so we can just switch these around and put y on the other side. And this makes sense, right? We're reading in this number scanned in here, and we want to double this number that we read in, so it would make sense that we double it and store it in a different variable. Does that make sense? Let's save it and see what the next issue is. Another warning, implicit declaration of function print. We've seen this error before, so if we jump to the DCC explanation, we're calling a function, but it doesn't recognize the print function. Did we mean printf? Yes, we did mean printf. So chuck an F here, save it, recompile it. Awesome, compiles with no issues. So now let's run it and see if it does what it needs to do. If we enter a number like 2, prints out 4. If I enter a number like 100, gives me 200. What if I try a negative number? Let's go negative 42. Cool, that looks like it works as well. And if we do one more, if we enter 0, perfect, 2 times 0 is 0. So all of that looks right. If we have a look at the cases that we were given, is there anything that we missed? So they had a positive number, a negative number, and a 0. So I think we've covered most of the cases that we needed to cover. And that looks pretty good.